What's poppin'? It's your boy Shmrak. URLTV.tv, and right now you watching WarRoomSportsTV.com. Make sure y'all tune in if y'all want to see what's going on with all the sports and all the battles and everything that got to do with sports. You see it here. WarRoomSportsTV.com. Let's get it poppin'. It's your boy Shmrak. Holla at him.
WarRoomSports.com. Get that mobile app.
Battle rap fans, welcome to Operation Battle Rap, brought to you by War Room Sports. This is the show we talk about and treat the battle rap culture like the sport it is. I'm your host for this evening. My name is Jimmy, a.k.a. the Bob Costas of battle rap, and we're back to talk about Conceited versus B Magic. At the round table this evening, I got one of the haters, 250. What's going on?
What's good? It's good to be back.
Absolutely. We got the other hater. They're right next to each other. They call him the Skip Bayless of battle rap. What's good, Skip?
Chilling. Let's get the chop in the fable.
All right. Hutchman, what's going on?
Salutations to the battle rap nation. Beards is back in the building. Let's
Absolutely. We got a special guest with us. We got one of the illest lyricists in the game, Honors English. What's going on, good brother? How you?
What's going on, man? I'm just here to analyze the bars. Two of the best punchers in the game. I just want to offer my insight today. Yep.
No doubt, no doubt. Let's start with one of the haters. Let's get one of the haters on the books first. 250. Who'd you have winning this battle? How'd you score it, and why?
Okay. I had B Magic winning this 2-1, edging it.
Which round?
I had B Magic the first and the second. No, second and the third.
Okay.
I think Khan got the first only because of that slow it down that we were oversaturated with for like 3 months before the battle finally dropped.
That shit still was hot, though.
So
yeah, it was still hot.
Squeeze won the first round, listen.
Won the first round. All right,
yeah.
All right, we'll get back. We'll come back to you in a second. Skip, how'd you score it?
2-1 either way.
But if you had to score, listen, no on the fence, man. I don't do that on the fence thing, man.
All right, then I'm going to give 2-1 Khan, first and third.
Of course you would. Of course you would. You're a B Magic hater. All right, well, we'll come back to your hate in a minute. Honors, let's jump over to you. How'd you score this battle?
All right, I scored it Magic 2-1, Magic second and third round.
Okay, so you gave Khan the first as well.
Yeah, I gave Khan the first. I think that actually they both had really good first rounds, but Khan actually had some of the strongest lines in the battle in the first round. So I felt like that really changed the kind of weight of things. And Khan just really kind of trailed off from there, honestly.
Okay. All right, Hutch, I'm gonna get to you in a minute. Let me just get my opinion. I scored this battle 2-1 B Magic. It's pretty much the same way that Honors as well as 250 saw it. I gave Khan the first and B Magic the second and third. Now the thing about it is the first could arguably go either way, as well as the third. I think Khan had a strong third, but I think B Magic was just punching his head away. B Magic's third was ridiculous. Like, it was just a matter of Khan going after him. So I see how someone could score that for Khan, but I would give it 2-1. And I've seen some people give it to B Magic 3-0, but the thing about it is I won't even be mad at that, to be honest with you, because B Magic's first was sick. But like Honor just said, in that first, Khan just had some lines that were probably the most memorable lines of the whole battle. You know what I mean? Like, even though I'm edging Magic, Khan had, like, you know, in terms of taking away from this battle, Khan had some of those illest lines. But if I had to pick a winner, I definitely would pick B Magic. Hutch, you didn't give your opinion yet. How'd you score this battle?
Pretty much like everybody else but Skip. But I say, to me, I gave Khan the first because that, once again, that slow it down is probably my favorite slow it down he ever did. Mm-hmm. That and the tuxedo one he did against Hitman, even though that battle was trash. But clearly he lost the second round. That slow it down was the best I ever heard. That Snickers bar was the worst I ever heard.
Oh my God! Let's talk about it.
Why was they trolling him like, yo, say it again?
I don't understand. He kept doing it.
I don't think that the crowd really believed that he had just said what he said. It was like, hold up, can you run that back?
Yo, I don't take away points in battles because I look at it like punching like boxing. But if I did, that's negative points, dude. Like, negative points.
Yo, No, but I'm gonna keep it honest. Like watching Khan lately, he has a lot of lines like that. Like I don't know whether he's battling too much.
Honestly, for real, he had a lot like that through the whole battle. That one just didn't get through.
Yeah,
For real,
even his last battle with Big K, he had some of them lines like that. You're like, all right. Now the thing about it is when a couple of years ago, Khan was like ahead of everybody in terms of punching, but it's like people have caught up and kind of passed him. B Magic being like the main one, because the way B Magic punches is like just something different. Like there's no bars off. It's like constant.
But honestly, the thing to me with Khan is that the way it's interesting because Khan writes a little bit more complex than Magic. Magic is a little more straightforward. Like you get it right out the muscle. Like you know what I'm saying. Where Khan would do like what he called a 5-1s and that sort of thing. But I feel like he don't have a filter in his punchlines. Like he don't know. Like, yo, this line is corny, B. Like, you need to take this out. I want some G shit. Like that line right there is fire. That's crazy. This shit is corny. How you not know the difference? Like, you in the game, like you deep in the game, like you one of the illest, but like his filter is not right. Like Magic is way more consistent with filter. Like I rarely hear a Magic bar and be like, what the fuck is he talking about right now? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I said in that case, I blame his homies, man. Cats around.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Somebody got to be telling him like, yo, just don't say that.
Look at who's around him, though.
But QP and them, they know how to write, though.
QP's
but exactly.
They're not keeping the G. They're not keeping the G with him.
Yeah,
they're not keeping the G with him, man. Cut that shit out, man.
Yeah, he definitely did.
Yeah, like how you let that man say, put it in the snigger? Like, what the fuck is that?
It only take a finger to get it in the snigger.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I say, yo.
And then he had the nerve to say it again, like, oh shit. He's like, oh shit, I didn't know they like that.
No, but then he looked at it. Then after the third time, he was like, "Oh man!"
So shout out to the crowd for like trolling him live in the building.
Yeah, that's the first time I ever seen a crowd do that before. That was fire.
Yeah, man. So I mean, in terms of like being the best puncher in the game, because this is what this was all about. So, Honors, I'm gonna start with you. Did this prove anything about who's the better puncher, or like is it somebody else you see coming up that's or is it still these two guys in terms of?
You know what? What's interesting? That's a real good question, man. Because I'm a hold back on that. I'm gonna say that I think B Magic's been the most consistent puncher in the last few years, but I think Big K beat like everybody just recently, so that's weird. You know what I'm saying? So I got to say that, even though I don't know that Big K is the best per se, I think he's really went on a spurt in the more so like the last 6 months or so. You know what I'm saying? Where you could trace Magic back all the way to the battle he been killing in the Lynx battle, like he been killing him for a long time. I kind of think both of them, this wasn't their best battle, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I found that interesting. I thought that they were really going to step it up to a level that was either new for them or at least equal to their best performances. And I don't think either one of them did that. I think Magic showed up, but I think it's just a quality Magic. It's not like one of the best Magic battles. And Khan, I feel like he had a good round. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that was surprising that they didn't really, to me, they didn't submit this as like, this is not the best punchline battle ever to me. You know what I'm saying?
You know what, though? I was thinking about that myself, and I think this was a good battle because, honestly, I didn't think they would live up to it. Sometimes when battles are hyped like this, they never live up to it. The classics are the ones that come out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, this year, watching that Newborn and that Bricks battle.
That was crazy.
That came out of nowhere. Like, to me, those are the classic ones. They come out of nowhere. Sometimes when stuff is built up over a long period of time, they never live up to it. So with that being the barometer, I actually think they did a pretty good job. But I agree with you. Khan's first round was insane, and it was all downhill from there. And Magic was just he was consistent throughout. You know what I mean? So that's how I saw that. Now, Hutch, let me go to you. In terms of punchers, is there anybody you see coming up, or is it like still these two guys at considered the top punchers in battle rap?
I think Khan is still I think Khan has mastered that rapid punch style that a lot of people are doing now, like B Magic and like Big K, for instance, with added stage presence. Like, because even in that battle, because he was getting away with some crap, like the short-haired bitch Halle Berry, that was whack.
Man, that was
away with that.
Don't do that.
One arm pop, swave seven. That was light.
I thought that was cool though. That was funny.
I like that.
I thought that was funny.
It's quirky, but I like them. I like them.
But I mean, yeah. Now those weren't a Snickers bar, but
that's what you call it from now on. The Snickers bar, no Snickers bar.
No Snickers though. But the way he said it, it sounded the same as the slow it down in the first round, and people went crazy. Like the crowd control he had was crazy. So I don't think nobody has matched that yet. But I think if Big K, if he his run kind of came late at the year, so we'll see how he hold on in 2015. But I think as far as the newer faces, Magic is he's still out there in the front to me.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Can I add something to that right quick?
Go ahead.
I feel like Big K took these battles at the wrong time. You know what I'm saying? Because he took them when people was kind of empty their clip. And it's like people don't even care right now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like he deserved the rematches when they actually care, but I don't know if he's gonna get them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Skip, where do you fall on all this in terms of like punches in battle rap?
Cassidy.
Bring up somebody.
I knew he was going to say that. I knew he was going to say that.
Philly, we made it.
Cassidy, come on now.
No,
but you listen, though, here's the funny thing. You can say what you want to say about Cass, but you cannot tell me that you don't see his DNA on Khan. Pause. Because, like, Khan's style is, like, comes from what Cassidy used to do. You know what I mean? I'm not saying what he just
he still does it. He just did it.
Yeah.
Man, Cassidy did not do what Khan just did.
Not like that. No, not like that. See, that's what I'm saying. But that's what I said. You see the DNA, because it's like Cassidy, then Khan is his son, then Magic is his son. Not on disrespectful shit, but just like
I got you saying.
You know
the
what I mean?
students should take it a different.
No, really. Best puncher in the game right now is the Bar God.
You think so?
Yeah.
He got bars, but I think he raps too fast. He don't let it breathe.
Plus, Danny Myers don't always got bars. Sometimes he got stories and just weird ass thoughts and shit. He got bars too. But I'm saying, he be talking about the lima bean and Tom shit. Like some of his shit. Like it'd be dope, but it'd be like, yo, there's some weird shit you think about. I don't know what you was watching, what cartoon.
B-Magic still bores the hell out of me. So,
you still like his performance.
Yeah.
I don't think that he can even change. He is who he is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but you know what? He added a little bit this battle, like performance wise. I feel like he was joking on time more than he usually joke.
But I mean, like Young Cannon said, by the third you're snoring. I mean, it's over.
But you know what though? I understand what Hutch was saying in terms of Khan, because you can see Khan has gotten a lot more comfortable, and Khan has the performance. So sometimes when you have that kind of performance. But sometimes when you have that kind of performance, you do get away with some bullshit.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Like, Magic can't get away with no bullshit.
I mean, he don't care because he's getting them MTV checks.
Yeah, whatever that is. But anyway, so let me give you 250 in terms of punchers in the game. Is it still these two guys, or you see somebody
else? Before you go to 250, you can't forget Big Cannon either.
Big Cannon?
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to put him in terms of the best punchers, though, I think he's dope. Don't get it wrong.
I would throw out Rum Nitty. I rock with Rum Nitty, actually.
Yeah, Rum Nitty.
Yeah, he got bars.
He's actually dope.
Yeah. We talking about the punches, though. You know what I'm saying? I ain't 250 in terms of punches.
Okay.
40.
Stop it. Anyway.
You gotta make sure you mention male rappers though. We're not talking about Queen
of the Rings. Oh yeah, because he's gonna hit us with a bunch of Queen of the Rings. I'm talking about. But I mean, hey, if you got somebody over there with punches like that.
If I'm gonna say anything about Queen of the Ring and punches, I'm gonna say official. But anyway, moving right along.
She looks shaky. She looks shaky too, though. She looks shaky.
She was looking shaky either, but we ain't gonna go there.
Shout out to V Rich.
Yaki.
250 though, seriously though, who you got, man?
Yo, I'm trying.
They try to distract you.
Go ahead, I'm sorry. Count my metaphors.
I say right now, I say top 3 would be B-Magic, Big K, and Heartless.
Okay.
But sometimes the thing with Heartless is sometimes Heartless get up there and get kind of boring. And he be feeling himself too much. He just be like, yeah, I can say whatever. And,
so you got sometimes he drops some of them Snicker bars too though.
He don't go that far.
Got you.
But as far as Conceited, I think Conceited tired personally.
Yo, I agree with that. I honestly agree. Yo, I hate the fact that I'm agreeing with you tonight, 250, because I never agree with you. But anyway, but I kind of agree with that though. Especially after watching him in Big K, it's like, yo, he got a check and he didn't even like really, you know.
It ain't gonna affect him one way or
It's
another.
sort of like Honor said. At this point, he's not even caring at the end of the year, I guess. But I don't even know if Khan cares about battle rap no more.
Is it
But I'm talking about, but I'm talking about Khan.
Well, I think it's the end of the event year. You feel me? Like having the big events are over with, so it's like.
But Ethan was supposed to be a big event, and his.
I ain't see that battle, so I can't speak on it. I ain't see it.
His season of Wild and Out starting, man. He don't care.
But no, well, in terms of Ether, he did look like. But I mean, even sometimes after the first round of Magic, I feel like he took his time writing that first, and after that, he just started writing a bunch of Snicker bars.
Yeah.
Exactly.
After the first, it was like the Hitman battle all over again.
Exactly. You know what? In terms of best punchers too, I will say, of course not performance-wise, but Newborn's probably top 5. Newborn's probably top 5. Even though people don't like him,
he don't never get his
top
due.
5.
Yeah,
But he got
like,
as a writer though, because I know like people just don't like him as a person. But like as a writer, like he actually is nice. Like
yo, he's definitely nice. Yo, that battle with him and Bricks, like that was ridiculous. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, he's nice. He's nice. Yeah,
that was ridiculous.
And he got a couple battles where he went crazy. Probably 3 or 4 that I can think of.
Yeah, the one on the roof he went crazy. I forgot who was he battle on the roof.
Him
He
and
just went off.
Super Rider.
The black and white battle.
Super Rider, that was crazy.
That was
I think
nice.
with City Towers he went crazy. And
yeah, he did.
I think Danger he went good. He did good too. Like
shout out to Newborn, because Newborn he definitely got a mean pen game, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's just Born now. It's no more Newborn.
Yeah, it's just Born.
Just Born.
Excuse me, Born. Let me ask you guys a question, and not even to get into all the antics and all the BS, but in terms of Daylight as a puncher and a writer, because I was just watching the conversation online, and someone was saying that they think he's trash, basically. Like, he's overrated even in terms of his rapping ability, and they were trying to break down in terms of how he writes. Do you think that, because someone was saying that he even reaches more than, Sue Surfing him. He's like a reach. He's one of them reach dudes. So what do you guys think about Daylight in terms of punching?
Slander is real.
Honest, I'll start with you, because you're a writer yourself. So, I mean, I know you look at this from a different angle. So as a writer yourself, now forget all the nonsense. I'm talking about when he actually shows up to rap.
All right, so let me address that aspect of what you said forget first, because I feel like Daylight only shows up like 1/3 of the time, which is a concern for me.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
I think he does it just so he can get a couple more battles so he can do the dumb stuff. But and then every once in a while he has to show us that. Every once in a while he has to show us like, all right, I can rap.
All right, so 3rd round versus Verb, Chilla battle, a lot of Zay battle Daylight, right? We talking about the Daylight that actually
Daylight,
yeah. Bro, I'm with you. The Daylight that actually can write. All right, Daylight is somewhat like a poet in some ways. You know what I'm saying? In the way he constructs his bars, a lot of it is the timing is weird. He's not a straight puncher. Like if you think about a puncher, like a person that punch like this, it's like he punch like like when you don't expect it. You know what I'm saying? Like the timing is interesting, and I think he's more of a creative writer. And I would like the Chilla battle, I could have him 3-0 in Chilla. Now, but it's because of the creativity, and not necessarily because he wrote better than Chilla.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like that whole MK shit is like it's entertainment and scheme at the same time. Like. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it's his think out of the boxness that makes him unique as a writer. Mm-hmm. I don't know that I would put him as one of the best punchers, though.
Okay,
honestly.
Gotcha.
And like, when I seen the battle with him versus Verb, I mean, it was a lot of weird shit. The 3rd round, he was kind of going off, but even then, it's very unique kind of acquired taste bars that I personally like, but I don't think everybody can get into it.
I like that phrase, acquired taste bars.
Acquired taste bars or something.
I gotta deal with it.
Hutch, what do you think about Day as a writer? We're talking about Day that shows up now. What do you think about him as a writer?
I think, honestly, when he shows up, I think he is one of the best. Like the way. I like acquired taste bars, you know.
He's acquired the taste.
Don't do that.
Whoa.
Touch on what Honors was saying. Like the way he addressed the whole situation with Total Slaughter, I thought that was fire. Like his first round, like you had to really pay attention to it, but it was fire. I mean, to the point where Verb was a fan. By the third round, he just was saying, go ahead, Quill, go ahead. He was a fan, you know what I mean? Like, so when he does that, and a lot of say like he is one of the best. But I think now we talked about this so many times, but the antics is getting to the point where they don't even want to go through that to get to the bars anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, no doubt. Skip, what is your opinion of him in terms of writing ability?
Probably one of the best. I would say he's probably unbeatable when he brings his A game.
Yeah, but again, that's the funny thing.
But we're not talking about antics.
You
know what? Let me just say that I disagree with that. Like I was, Serious Jones is my homie, right? And so I was talking to him about just how to think about battling Daylight, and it's like he ain't killed nobody. Like it's nothing to be afraid of. When you battle Daylight, it's like who is he 3-0 ever? Like nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like he just puts on a performance that people enjoy, but there's no reason to fear him. Like
I agree with that. I think Pat Stay just killed him. Like I like that.
See, and that's what I'm saying. I don't even want to watch that battle because
I ain't see it. When did that battle?
The Chicken George battle.
I don't want to see it.
Daylight didn't really. He was dressed up as a slave, and he had a whole little. But
Daylight
he be doing performance art,
and I'm like, nah, I'm good. I saw the thumbnail.
I didn't watch that either.
So watch Pat Stay's second round. He breaks down Daylight. Period.
Okay.
But 250. What do you think about Daylight as a rider?
Okay, this is getting into something I just talked about in the Day vs. Verb recap. I think when Daylight brings bars, Daylight is just amazing, totally. But I think the reason that he might do the antics as much as he does is because he can't write that way on a consistent basis. So when he knows he's not bringing those bars, he resorts to the antics.
He takes a lot of battles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's
and I mean, to be on that, because when Day goes in, he goes in. That man spazzes.
I say he's the only, well, it's not official term for it, but closest to revamp bars, saying the same ending of the bar, but changing the bar like that. I'm Peter Pan. He's the only one that consistently does it, and it actually makes sense. Like he did against Shotty. That's Peter Pan.
I definitely don't need to hear no more defeated bars. No more defeated.
Now, bars that they do a lot. He do a lot of lines and rounds and to wins and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Shit that he recycle every battle. Like you gonna get them same instead of. He creative with them. You know what I mean? He got some dope ones, but I'll be like, dog, again. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Well, before we get out of here, there's one more person I have to ask you about because this has led into a conversation about writing and coarse punches. But this guy is not a puncher. But anytime we start this debate online, when we ask who has the best pen game, right? So no one ever puts Magic or Khan because they put them in a box of punchers. Yeah. But in terms of straight pen game, I swear, no matter what forum or what website or whatever I'm on online, there's one guy who consistently comes up, and that's Chilla Jones. I think about 90% of the people think that he has the best pen in battle rap. So I'm going to ask you guys. I'm going to start with you, 250. Do you think that he has the best pen in battle rap?
You know it.
You do. So you do. You agree with it.
We've had this discussion, man.
But things change. Battle rap is like the BCS. 1 week is this person, and next week is...
I understand that, but Chilla's pen game is scary.
All right, well, here, put it like this. All right, so if you think that, who do you think could compete with him from a pen standpoint? Who would you put up there with him? Anybody?
On a consistent basis? Or on any given Sunday basis?
Just in general, any given Sunday basis, I guess.
I mean, on any given Sunday basis, I guess you could say, active. You could say,
Active?
No, I'm saying active battlers. Active battlers.
Oh, I'm about to say.
No,
Big Tina did him dirty.
That nigga lost to Boo Bob Ski Bob.
No, let 250 say it.
No. I think you can say Daylight, on a good day.
On a good day. I hate the fact that you have to say that. You have to preface Daylight.
Right.
That bothers me. But it is what it is.
How
But
Listen,
it's true.
how many days are the good days, man? It'd be a lot of bullshit.
Yeah, it definitely do. The thing is, like, I guess Daylight is probably considered a top tier rapper. He's never been on Smack, and I think Daylight may have more losses than any other top tier rapper.
This is what I'm saying. Exactly. Like, he's amazing at grabbing our attention, but letting us down at the same time.
Yo,
But
Daylight is
wait,
really-
ain't
he
Rich
might
Dollars
have, yo, he might really have a losing record. Like,
ain't
seriously.
Rich Dollars considered top tier?
We ain't talking about Rich Dog. Hey, skip. Who do you put as having the best pen? All jokes aside.
Probably Chilla, and he's gotten better at being more entertaining also.
Yep.
Okay. That's
Stepped
what's
his
up.
game
So you
up.
agree with that? See, I just want to know if everybody agrees. Hutch,
But
how
he
about
doesn't
you?
rely all on schemes anymore either. That's also a plus
Right.
for him.
Hutch,
That's
how
why
about
I
you?
think I can agree with that because I think because we all know his scheme work is ridiculous, but he's actually taken the time to elevate his other parts of his repertoire, if you will, which made the Daylight Chiller battle so crazy because he wasn't the DNA Chiller. You know, I think if it was DNA Chiller versus Daylight, that Daylight, he would have lost, regardless of how crazy his schemes was. Because Daylight, even when he has bars, he can still hold our attention.
Okay.
Yeah, like that's crazy. The rock paper scissors bar is that right there. I had to stop my
That was
computer.
that was an amazing haymaker. But let me ask you a question, Hutch. So you think that Chilla is number one?
Writers, yes.
All right, honest. Let's go to you. Who do you have as the number one writer in all of battle rap?
All right, I'll say that Chilla is probably number one in a certain category for me, and that's the most intricate. Consistently the most intricate and kind of well thought out bars. But I will say that I don't feel necessarily he's the most dangerous or the most creative. You know what I'm saying? But it's what you're gonna get with Chilla is these very kind of complex, well written, composed linguistic things. You know what I'm saying? But to me, like, if I was battling, I would be more concerned with a focused Charlie Clips. Like the Charlie Clips that battle T-Rex would be way more scary than Chilla Jones to me.
No, I get that because here's the thing, and that was my next point, and you kind of like stole my thunder because what I was going to say is everyone says that Chilla has the greatest pen in battle rap, but no one says he's the best battle rapper.
Right.
So that just shows you that there's so many more
Because it
elements.
takes more than pen game to be the best.
But that's the point. That's the point, though. That shows you that it's more than just the pen game because I've been consistent in saying this for over a year now. I think the best battle rapper is Charlie Clips because when Charlie Clips is focused, and I've seen Clips live. Clips is me and Kyrie seen Clips live, and he had the building like shaking, like, and it didn't even come off that way on film. But
in
like,
Jersey,
he's amazing. He's amazing live.
Yeah.
I don't know what he can't do. I'm not saying he's the best at anything, but I don't know if there's anything that he can't do if that makes any sense.
Right, I'm with you.
Yeah, so that's where I was going with that because everybody thinks that Chilla's pen is top notch, but no one says Chilla's the best battle rapper, which I find interesting. But the thing about it is, the scary part about Chilla is, like Hutch and Skip just said, he's getting better. So, if he can add on to what he already has, it gets kind of scary, man. So
I wonder though, will Chilla be able to win a battle on the main stage again? Like, can Chilla beat a Surf or can Chilla beat a Tay-Rock on the main stage? These are real questions. He's a dope writer. I think he can put on classics with, Rum Nitty or somebody like that easy, or Danny Myers. But I'm talking about on that big stage, which would be where Chilla should be, as he's one of the elite writers, no question. I think people from the outside looking in and people in the game will admit that. But can we see him on that big stage getting them wins? That's really a question for me, and I hope he can do it. I hope he can do it.
Well, that raises a question for me though. Did you see Chilla and DNA?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
And who did you give that battle?
I gave that battle to Sleep because I fell asleep twice on Chilla. So
NyQuil, 3-0.
Come on.
but 250. So
I'm keeping it deep. No,
but here's the thing about that though. That shows that there's difference between like the big stage and the small room. Like, there's a complete difference. And again,
I understand that, but I still think Chilla won that battle.
That's another reason why.
Chilla won that battle.
But that's you love the stuff he was saying, but I can see both sides of it. I can see why someone would edge at the DNA just from an entertainment standpoint, and also Chilla was kind of boring.
Nah, man, because I was to stay awake. like
no, but
you battle.
It's hard to fall asleep when somebody's screaming at you and throwing stuff.
Nah,
but listen though.
You can't do
But
that.
250.
You can't do that.
Some people can't perform on the big stage. It's not. I mean, it's just a thing. Like styles are different. For instance, you brought up Ether, right, with the whole Cassidy and Disaster battle, right? Now, regardless of who you think won or how you think they did, when they first started the night before on the big stage, they both looked terrible.
They both were trash, yeah.
But when you put them in a small room, it changed everything.
But
Cassidy said like he never left
the small room is better.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Once you put them in a small room, it changed everything.
We've always said the small room is better. The setting is better.
I'm so interested in seeing how T-Top do on the big stage because he killing the small room.
Yeah, and shout out to T-Top because, like you said before we came on here, like he's like became a star in like 2 weeks. A man got like.
I mean, he did kill Juice on stage. Yeah,
but that was a semi-big stage. I guess you could say that. But my thing
is,
but that's a difference though. That's the thing about like Clips. Clips is in the small room, the big stage. Everybody can't do that. You know what I mean?
Quiet room.
Yeah, quiet room. He might have had the best quiet room performance.
Yeah, because you could actually hear them in the quiet room.
He was in the quiet room, and he was going off so much that you could actually hear people in the other room like pounding the wall.
When he beat John freestyling. Terrible, man.
Yeah.
Terrible. He's actually freestyling like 90% of the round, like, and still beat this.
That's what I'm saying.
It's John though.
He does.
Deep freestyling.
Yeah, so my thing is this though. This brought us to a conversation about writers or whatever. So that was interesting. But last thing, any last thoughts before we get out of here? 250. I'm give you the floor. Anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Peace to the Battle Rap Nation.
He got nothing to say. any last thoughts? So you Skip?
Beloved. No, not at all.
Not at all. How about you, Hutch? Any last thing you want to say about this Con Magic or anything we talked about this far this evening?
Good battle. It was actually a lot of battles dropped recently, so shout out to all the leagues for that. They had a lot of content to watch recently. So shout out to that.
Before we give a shout out, I just want to say definitely I think that Con and Magic may not have been their best personal performances, but I still think it was a dope battle. Because I thought it was going to be a complete letdown. I'm being honest with you guys. And I've said it on the show. I thought it was going to be a complete letdown. And it really wasn't. Con's first. I've actually watched Con's first, and I'm not even going to lie. I keep it 1,000. I skip Con's second and third when I rewatch the battle. Just watch that shit. It's true, though. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I still think it was definitely a dope battle, man. And I'm honest, before we get you out of here, man, first of all, thanks for joining us, man. You one of the illest lyricists out there. And people don't believe me. Hey, go watch him on Sway in the morning. We watched him on Sway in the morning. Body that.
Matter of fact, that should be my last word. That freestyle was nice, dog.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Salute. I'm about to come up with some new shit like next week, though.
Well, speaking of that's nice, shout out to Rich Dollars for beating Jims.
I didn't see that.
Did it drop?
I heard about that.
Rich Dollars is back.
Let me say this though. This is a message to Smack if you're listening. You got to change the name of Summer Madness, man. You got to. You killing the shit, man. That shit. Tay-Rock DNA about to drop in 2015. Yo,
I didn't think about that.
You got to just call it Madness or something like.
Yo, we got Christmas, B. Yo, he's right about that. So you said you got something new dropping this week coming up?
Yeah, I got some shit. I got some bars I'm dropping, a piece I'm doing on police brutality, as well as we gonna present some legislation with it that we think every activist and everybody who is a concerned citizen should push in their local community work.
Absolutely. So what I'll do is I'll put your contact info in the description below, so people can check out everything you're doing, man. But thanks for your time.
All right, thank y'all, man.
Absolutely. To everybody watching, man, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, share this video with your friends, and also leave some dialogue. Let us know how you feel about the Con Magic battle, who'd you edge in the battle, and give us your opinion on what we had talked about in terms of writers in battle rap. You know what I mean? Now, the best writer is not always the best battle rapper, but some people have amazing pen games, and salute to all of them. As we always say, don't accept mediocrity. Be steadfast in the war against ignorance, and we'll see you chumps on top.
Kuwait is the war room with 5 nights at the round table, 5 Philly guys diversified and educated.